Okay, so we had some confusion yesterday, which is totally fine because this whole e-learning is almost coming to an end and it's worked all of our brains. So for those kids who did the homework, some of you guys had trouble on finding the average or the unit rate, whether it was Owen's aces per game, that would be his number of aces divided by games. In these two scenarios, if we want to find the average blocks per minute, it's kind of like a unit rate. So we would say, okay, if Claire can run 8 blocks in 3 minutes, her average is 2 2/3 blocks per minute, okay? While Louisa would be 10 divided by 4, which is 2.5 blocks per minute, per game, per minute, miles per hour, whatever it may be, okay? So some of you guys had that, and then you were a little confused on the percentage change. Okay, I'll do this 2 different ways. All of you were exposed to this when you did, I believe it was Unit 4 in CC2. So well, let's say I want to change from Claire to Louisa. I want the percentage change. Okay, so I'm starting at 2 6/10. So we could have done something like this. This is how we first did it. We said, okay, remember 0, 100, and then we had these are our percents. This was 0, and Claire at 100%, she was able to run 2 2/3. And Louisa was going backwards, so we're going over here 2 5/10. So we could have found this first, as we did previously. We said, oh, 2 5/10 over x equals 2 2/3 over 100. And then you would find, that would give you this. And then you would subtract those 2% to find the change, okay? What you saw yesterday on the key is that my change is 2 2/3 subtract 2.5, and you do that with your trusty old calculator, which would be, or we just do this in our head, that's 16 hundredths, 11 hundredths repeating, basically 11 tenths. Okay, so you have 6 6 6 6 6 6, take away 5, so 2 decimal 6 6 6 6, take away 2.5, and you have your 1.6 repeating. Okay, so the 6 is repeating. Okay, so then this is my change, and my change is per my start, and I'm comparing Claire to Louisa, so that would be divide that by 2 6/10, and it is roughly decimal 0.64, so it is a 6.4% decrease from this to this. Okay, so you get two different ways. You can find the value, the percent at 2.5, and then subtract. You still got that value. Okay, so for today's new stuff and our review, all of this is going to be review, but some of you guys haven't had it for a while, and distance learning does a number on all of us. So let's say we have some data. Let's focus on the mode is the most common data, so let's just FYI on that. So if we had like 2 6 6 8 9 9 10 11 11 11, our mode would be 11. because that's the most common value, okay? So now let's talk about, let's just continue with this. Let's make this a little bit longer. 12, 15, 15, 16, 18, 20, and 21. So we have a bunch of data. Our mode is still 11. Now, to graph this, since it's spread out and there's not a lot of repeats, you wouldn't want to do a line graph because you would have very little to see. So now you would do a histogram, okay? So since my highest value is 21 and 2, I would probably go by, let's go by 4s. Well, 4 or 5 would be a good idea. So this value here is all the numbers between 0 and 4, not including 4. Not including 4. So that would be 1. Okay, so this chunk of data is 4 to 8, not including 8. I'm up to 2. This value is 8 to 12, not including 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. (12 to 16, not including 16. 3. 16 to 20, not including 20. 2. And 2. So that's how you would look at a histogram, and this video really shows you that most of your data is in this value, which predominantly is going to be where the median is, predominantly where the average is going to be, and or the mean, and so forth and so on. So today look for maybe a mode question, a histogram question, and we'll still do a couple average questions and a percent change just to make sure you understand those. Have a great day.